so that she can get to what she needs to do at 3:30. So it's all good. So I am doing a super weird. So guys, yeah, hopefully everyone is having or has had a good week. You all are good people. I love it when y'all show me support and leave comments telling me what I'm doing good, what I need to improve on, what I need to change. Like the person who left the comment, like, you need to make your name shorter so they'll get recommended easier. And that is a very good comment. I just don't know how to shorten the name of my channel yet. I mean, I guess I do know. I figured it out yesterday and I tried to shorten it, but it doesn't look like it took effect. So I need to figure out why. But anyway, thanks guys for joining. Hi, Elizabeth. Thank you for joining. I'm waiting for Natural Ghana Girl to come in so that we can jump in with the interview with her. Until then, you know, I'm trying to make small talk because this whole video is supposed to be on building in Ghana. So, oh wow, other people are here. Hi guys, thank you for joining. I see 12 people popped on, 3 on the screen. Sakua and Frederick, thank you. Frederick, I do not know how to pronounce your first name. Please forgive me. Hi, Franz. Thank you all for joining. The guys who are in the background watching, thank you guys. Just waiting for Natural Ghana Girl to join in on the call as well. I think all should be good. Our weather is clear today, thank God. There is no rain. You guys will hear building. I guess because there's no rain, the people across the street want to get as much work as possible today. Yeah, so they've been out there since like 6 in the morning, and it's like 3 o'clock in the afternoon now. So yeah. Hi, Forever Homes. Welcome, Amma. Welcome. Is that Angie? Life's Lover? Yes, welcome. Yeah, guys, still waiting for Natural Ghana Girl to join. We'll be checking my email in a minute, so it's gonna go dark just to see if she is if she has the link and everything's good. I did send her the link though, but I just want to make sure she's able to access it. And then once she gets on, we are going to get this party started. So I'm checking on my phone so the screen won't go black when you guys are talking to me. Yeah, so I wanted to interview Natural Ghana Girl because she and her family, her husband and her kids moved from the UK over to Ghana a few years back. I'm gonna let her explain that when she comes on to the call. But I think that she would be great for you guys to hear from because one, she has children. So a lot of you wanna know about moving with kids. So that's a good one. 2, her and her husband know a lot about building and a lot about being able to just balance work-life balance and start a business and all these things. It looks like she's on. Yay! Let me add her in, people.
Can you hear me all right?
Sister girl.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. Welcome, welcome. You are in the live stream. Can you see the comments?
Not yet. No. I can't.
No. Okay. I think there might be a tab there that says live comments. Your screen looks slightly different than mine, so I forget how your screen looks. But okay. I will read the comments out to you or put them on the screen so you can see them as well.
Okay, sure. Cool.
Okay. All right. I know that you are on limited time, so I'm going to get as much as I can. I know. I know. Okay. I was hoping that you can introduce yourself and then tell us how you and your family decided to come back to Ghana. Just to hear your story a little bit.
Okay, sure. Okay, so my name's Della. I have a YouTube channel myself. I started it about 4 years ago when my family decided to move to Ghana from the UK. I wouldn't say it was a rush decision, but it was quite a quick one that we made. After a year after deciding we wanted to do it, we decided to move here. My parents are originally Ghanaian. My dad is here. My mum is in the UK. So we have a few ties here. So it wasn't too much of a scary decision, but it's been interesting. It's been a bit of an up and down ride, but it's been good.
Okay. All right. So what has been like, or how has it been moving with your kids? Because I know that you have at least one or two that's actually school age, right?
That's right. Yeah. I've got 4 children. One was born in Ghana. The other three I had in the UK. So the youngest is 3. My eldest is 11. Then I've got a 10-year-old and a 7-year-old. So 3 of them are definitely school age at the moment. It's been okay. I mean, they adapted to Ghana really, really well because they were quite young when we came. My eldest was 5 at the time, going on 6. And so for him, he didn't really establish too many friends. He didn't really have that so much of a connection that he felt it when we moved. So it didn't really bother them too much. And I think the children actually adapted better to Ghana than we did originally when we first came.
I mean, that's good to know. I'm glad that you said that because I took my kids to China to live for a year, and they at that time were 11 and 9.
Wow.
11 and 8 at the time, and they were learning Chinese and picking things up, and I was like, oh God, I gotta get out of here. No. I was more homesick than they were, so I'm glad you shared that.
Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah.
So I have a question about building in Ghana. A lot of people want to know about building in Ghana. They want to know, I mean, you know this. So your channel, you talk about building in Ghana. And so I feel like I recommend your channel to people too, because I'm like, I feel you break it down in a real type of way. So what advice would you have for people who, let's say, for instance, want to be in Ghana, but never actually came here, but keep saying they want to buy land and buy the land without seeing it first? What's your advice on that?
Okay, well, there's a couple of things. When it comes to buying land, definitely do it. Because with something like that, the longer you wait, the harder it will be for you to get into areas that you want to. I gave an example recently on my channel about we wanted to buy a piece of land in East Legon Hills when we first came to Ghana on holiday, which was probably about 10 years ago now. And we didn't buy it at the time. The land was going for like 30,000 cedis. And we thought, oh no, it's too much. Let's go, save up, and we'll come back. When we came back, they weren't quoting in cedis anymore. They were now quoting in dollars, and we actually couldn't afford it. So we were pushed to go further out of Accra. And the longer you leave it, the further out of Accra you'll be going. If you don't mind that, then fine. But I would say definitely if you can, get some land, get some land. Make sure, if you've never been to Ghana before, make sure you have someone that you can trust that knows what you like and what you don't like before trying to purchase land. And please go about purchasing land the right way, because there are so many things that can go wrong if you don't do your proper due diligence. So just be very careful, but I'd say definitely do it, because one day you will probably want to come. So it's good to have your land ready.
Yeah. No, it's definitely.
Oh. I've lost signal or something. Hello? Oh no, it's crashed. I've got a frozen screen here. I don't know if anyone can hear me. Oh, it's a shame. Are you back? Hello?
Good to buy land. I land because.
Oh, sorry, you went off.
My internet. Look, hey, it's Ghana.
Yeah, I know. Don't worry, I know. It happens. That's Ghana for you. Yeah, internet is a luxury here.
I heard you tell it. Oh my goodness. I'm so sorry.
Don't worry.
Yeah, I guess I was asking you the question about land because there's just so many people who are sending money to people they don't really know to buy land. And I just feel like that's the number one way to lose your money. And so that's why,
Yeah. Please don't do that. If you don't know the person well enough, please do not send money to anyone, because I've heard of stories where people have sent money for someone to buy them land, and they bought it in the middle of a bush next to a swamp lake, somewhere horrible, and they've overcharged you for what you've paid for, and it's become a nightmare. You don't want that. You want If you want someone to buy your piece of land, make sure it's in an area that you're aware of, that you understand yourself. Be very careful in sending people money. Only do it with people that you know you can absolutely trust. Like they are like a reflection of you, because otherwise you'll end up with something on your hands that you're not expecting. Please don't do that.
Thank you. I just wanted to I just had to say it because I needed somebody else to say it, and not just me. And other, like Forever Home, he says it on his channel too. Like, don't do that.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. So what about buying a property that has been kind of like abandoned? So it's like a shell. So you may have the foundation, maybe some of the walls up. Do you know about buying that kind of property? And what do you recommend when it comes to that?
Okay, so buying an incomplete house, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with doing that, but you do obviously have to do your checks, because you weren't obviously there from the foundation, so you don't know what the foundation is like. Because obviously, if the foundation is wrong, the whole thing can collapse. You need to really understand why that house is incomplete and why the person can't finish it. I'd just say make sure that you get someone that you trust that can actually understand and kind of look at the building structurally for you before you decide to purchase, and make sure obviously it's priced correctly, and just make sure you do again your due diligence. Everything in Ghana is due diligence, but definitely your foundation has got to be absolutely solid, because if the person hasn't dug down a certain amount and you've put a story building up, it will collapse. So you just have to be aware of those things. So it's make sure you know and pay for it. Pay for someone to have a proper look at it. Don't just get someone who says, "Oh, I'm a builder," and they're not, and they just fob you off with some excuses.
Okay, that is great advice. Thank you. Someone asked this question. I don't know if this is something you can answer because I can't answer it, but what's your electricity bill like in Ghana if you run your air conditioner a lot? High.
Okay. Okay, so air conditioning can get expensive. I believe the way they charge you is they charge you a certain price for the first number of units, and after that it starts to get expensive. Now for us, we run most of our house using an inverter system. So all our fans, lights and all of that, it's all run by inverter. So we have our air conditioning unit, which is not on the inverter, and most of our kitchen is not on the inverters. That's normal electricity. But running an air conditioning all day can get quite expensive. I can't give you an exact price because it depends on the size of the room. It depends on how strong your air conditioning unit is. But it's very hard for me to say because we don't run our full house on electricity because we use solar. If you can get solar is so much better. It's much cheaper eventually as well. But I'd say at a guess, I reckon maybe about you'd be spending about 1,000 cities perhaps.
Okay,
like
so
that,
how much was it to get the solar? You said you have an inverter, right?
Yeah, that's right. So we have solar panels for it, and we run ours with 6 batteries. So we have 6 batteries, and we have 8 solar panels, and that's with the unit.
Is that me? No, she was calling to it. I was
phone call. It was me. No, it's a phone call. Don't worry, I've got rid of it. No, it's me. Yeah, no. Our whole unit basically at the time was about 19,000 cedis, which I think at the time we bought it was the dollar rate was about.
Okay, it cut out. I can't hear you. Okay, wait. I can't hear you. Oh, no. Wait, let me see if they can hear you because I can't hear you. Guys, let me know if you can hear her talking because maybe it's just my connection. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? You can hear me. Okay, but I can't hear you. I can't hear you at all. Okay. Right. Let's see. Can you reconnect and call back? Just call back. Okay, thanks. Okay, so she's gonna try to reconnect and call back. Hopefully it lets her do it. And hopefully when she reconnects, you guys will be able to hear. I turned the fan off so you guys won't hear all that noise in the computer. Y'all know, if y'all don't know, y'all know, y'all should know by now. I'm sweating. I'm gonna do the motions. Guys, please like the video. And if you have questions, like I put this question from Forever Home on here because this is the only other one I had saw other than the AC. If you have a question, please ask. She does not have much time. We're going to drop off at 3:30 exactly. So let me know. You're back?
I'm back. Yeah. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Great. I can't remember what I was saying.
Okay, so you were talking about the solar and the exchange rate, but you know what? I think you did good because you just kind of gave us an overall. And you're the first person I interviewed that actually has solar in their home. And so I think that's wonderful. What I do want to ask you about solar, did you use a local company to get the solar set up, or did you have to like order all your materials and panels from China and then?
No. We actually bought it from a company in Ghana. I know someone who did buy it from abroad, and it just caused so much problems. Like it comes and it's damaged, or it doesn't work as you wanted, and you can't return it. So I thought it's just easier for peace of mind. It was easier to buy it here, so you have somewhere to go back to, rather than buying it abroad. It might be a bit cheaper, but it'd be too messy.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay, so the next question here on the screen: what has been the most challenging factor in the building process?
Oh, that's an easy one. Getting the right team together for sure. Because without the right, you're only as strong as your team is. So the thing about Ghana, it's very difficult to get people that can always stay loyal to what you want, because people tend to go where the money is. So they'll come to you when they need the work, but then sometimes you may not get them. And if it rains, no one turns up. You know, there are lots of different factors, but definitely getting a really good team. At the moment, we have a good team. But sometimes, again, it's still a little bit touch and go, but that's just part of what Ghana is. And I think coming from abroad, we're not used to that. We're like, okay, if you're doing a job, then you stay and you finish the job before you move on to the next one. But here, they kind of come and go. They try and juggle lots of jobs at the same time, and it can be a bit frustrating. That's definitely been the most trickiest part, definitely.
That was good. Like, I don't even know what follow-up question to ask, but that was so okay. I need to give a shout out to someone who gave me a super chat. Let me just give a shout out. Mansa, thank you so much for the super chat. You know I love me some super chats. Thank you. And someone else asked, are we in Ghana? Yes, we are both in Ghana. So, you know, that's why we have connection issues.
Yeah, that's right. Any moment it'll just cut off.
Right. Okay, so let me see if there's another question here, because I want to make the most of your time that we have you. Is rammed earth building a realistic building option in Ghana?
It can be. It's definitely cheaper to do that. I don't know where you would build such a house, because obviously you can't really do it in the main cities. That's probably more for that kind of like the outskirts. But I don't really know too much about it, so I wouldn't like to say what I'm not really rehearsed on too much.
Right.
But I know people do it, definitely do it. People have done it. It has worked. I don't really know how good those kind of homes are, though.
Yeah, there is a company though, a new one. I think it's millennials or Gen Z folk who are doing it called Hide Earth there in Ghana, not in Ghana, but in Accra.
Yeah.
I don't know. You know, they're hard to reach. So I haven't been able to actually contact them to talk to them about where the actual house is to see it. I want to support it, but I haven't yet. So once I do, I'll let folks know. So let me see if there's another question here for you or not. How is the building going, and how long have you been building? So some of my viewers also watch your channel. So they saw the one on the second floor showing what's popping. So
okay. Yeah, so we've been building now, I'd say actively building because we're actually living in a 2 boys apartment at the moment. It was like a boys' quarters, and what we've done is we've built on top of it. So we're actually going up 2 more floors. We've been building probably, I'd say, actively within the last 4 to 6 months. We've been more active with it. We started before, but because of finances, things kind of slowed down. It was tough, but we're definitely moving again. I don't know how long it's going to take us to finish. I'm hoping we can finish soon because, like I say, there's 6 of us, and so we definitely need the space because a 2-bedroom is not suitable, but it's the best option at the moment because it means that we can use our finances wisely rather than renting somewhere where we're trying to build. It's a kind of a waste of money. So we're just like squatting at the moment, kind of, you know, just to try and get to where we need to get to. We're just like cutting as many financial things off that we don't need just to get the building moving, you know. But
Right.
it's going well. It's going really well, though. It's going well. We're just hoping that we can deck the second half of our roof before the rain comes down, because when the rain comes down, it ruins a lot of things and it slows everything down. So we're hoping we can get that done soon.
Yeah, it does. It does. So when you guys moved into the place that you're building up now, the boys' quarters that you talked about, was it already completed or was it like partially completed? You guys had to complete it.
It was completed, but it was a state. It was like inside just had to be completely gutted. We tried to change as much of it as we can. Like it was the garage we turned into a kitchen. And so there was a lot of internal work that needed to be done. Like all the toilets, bathroom had to all come out. So we did a lot inside. We haven't finished. It's still like a bit of an ongoing project. But like I said, our main focus is to go upstairs. And then once we've gone upstairs, then we'll fix the downstairs properly how we want it. Yeah.
Okay, so that's good to know. Okay, guys, do you have any questions for her? Because we only have a few more minutes left, and I told you we have to maximize the time we have with her. So while we're waiting to see if other people have questions, I do have a question for you.
Okay.
So now that you and your husband are comfortable, established, got everything in order compared to when you first moved to Ghana, do you feel like now that you guys are at that stage where you're past like that first year, that second year, how do you feel about your move to Ghana? Do you feel it was the right thing for you and your family to do?
Absolutely. I would never, ever change the experience we've had. We've been through so much here, from just coming in and literally not knowing what we were going to do. We moved into my dad's house and we were all in 1 bedroom. And then we were going to rent a 4-bedroom house and seeing all the things that were wrong with the house and having to fix it ourselves. It gave us a chance to kind of experience what Ghana is really like. Like I said, we've had lots of ups and downs. Things have been tight financially for us. We've been like on the breadline, you know, but we've always managed to come through it. And even after all of that, I still would pick Ghana. Definitely, 100%. The experience here has been absolutely wonderful. My skin loves the sun. I need the sun. I feel so much better for having the sun. I don't know how I could ever go back to the UK and in the cold again. I just can't see it happening. I love Ghana so much. The potential here is so great. Literally, whatever you can think of, you can do here. If you can just be persistent with it, you can do it here. And that's what I love about Ghana. And that's what I want my children to experience, which is why we keep going.
Yes, yes. Oh, God, I love that. I love to hear that. I 100% agree that anything is possible in Ghana, but you just got to look for it. You got to be relentless because it's not going to be easy.
Yeah. It's not easy. It's not easy. It's definitely not. But if you can do it, you will get great success. Great success. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's good. That's really encouraging. And I think that for the people who have children too, it's also encouraging to hear that your children have adapted well. Even though they did come over quite young, they still adapted well, which is a good thing. So it looks like we only have 5 minutes left. I don't see any more questions here. Wait, let me go one more time just to look and see really quickly before I let you go, because I want to make sure I have you on time so you come back on my channel again.
Oh, absolutely, I will. It's just that with all these children, at any moment, any of them could just walk in. That's why I was like, okay, half an hour is probably a good time. After that, I'll start getting complaints. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So one last question about schooling for the kids, and I say that because of this question. What about school for her children? So what's the difference between schooling here and schooling in the UK? I guess let me rephrase that. The schooling that you have here, are you using the Ghana public school or a private school? And why?
It's actually a private school. So when we first came, I was actually homeschooling. And then I decided to put my children into a private school, which follows the British curriculum, because I wanted them to be able to, if we ever needed to go back to the UK, I wanted them to be able to slot back into the system over there. But actually now, I think with everything that's happening in Ghana, with the coronavirus and all that's happening, I've kind of rebirthed my passion for homeschooling. And so I think we're kind of going to go back there. But we'll structure it a different way. I'm definitely going to get, I think, more online tutors to kind of tutor them, as opposed to what I was doing before, where I was doing it all myself, just because I don't have the amount of time to invest. Schools here are very good, but like I say, if you want a private school here, you have to be willing to pay for it, which can be quite expensive, especially if you have multiples. It gets expensive very quickly. There is obviously the option of local schools, but again, it depends on what you want, you know, for your children and what curriculum you want them to follow. So,
okay, I think that was fantastic. That was perfect. It was a great way to end this segment. Thank you so much for joining us, girl. Get back to me.
That's all right.
Yeah, good. I hope that you come back again on the channel. I'll reach out to you later, and then maybe we can connect offline.
Oh, definitely. I will, definitely. I'll be back.
Thank you. Bye.
All right, then. Thanks, guys.
Bye. Okay, guys, please stay on. We're going to just go ahead and talk a bit. I wanted to bring someone on who, one, has children, two, or has gone through or is going through the building process, so that you have some idea of, you know, her experience. And I say that because each person that comes to Ghana and builds, or each family, will have a completely different experience. Even your repatriation experience is going to be completely different. We all have a unique journey to walk. So I just want to make sure that people realize that we're all going to have a different way of dealing with things as we start to repatriate back over, and or start building while you're still living abroad. So hopefully you guys found this helpful. Let me see if there's any questions. This question here, I don't know, Alma, what you watching. I don't know what got you like thinking everything's gonna crash. But I also don't know what stock market you're talking about. So like, what stock market are you talking about? The Ghanaian one, the American one, the UK one? You know, everywhere has a stock market. So which one are you talking about? And why do you think it's just going to crash? I don't know. Can't really answer that. Hello, Shanti Queen. Thank you so much for joining. Okay, let's see what else we have here. Someone's asking me a direct question. I have asked several times concerning buying land before the market crash. Can you please ask? Look, girl, what is your deal? Like, why are you thinking the market is going to crash? Have you followed the market? Do you understand the stock market? Do you even have stocks? Do you understand how these things work and how the economy bounces back, even if it does happen? So please, do your homework first. Thank you, Forever Home. I appreciate that. Thank you. Okay, there's some conversations happening in this chat, and I don't know what y'all are talking about. So, like, I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out. So, you know, anyway, guys, I have some videos coming out. I'm going to put them on YouTube talking about the rental agents and what to look out for. I also have a video on the free land and my thoughts on that. And just letting y'all know right now, that free land video gonna trigger. And you know, it's gonna make some people just hella pissed off. I already know it, so you know, be warned. So you know, I have a few videos that I'm gonna have uploading, and I'm gonna start posting more on the schedule. So I'm gonna try to start posting on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and then sneak a live in whenever I can. Or if someone allows me to interview them, I'll do it on the Sunday to do a live interview. So just trying to get a little bit more consistent with my channel, because I'm launching my tech channel for security and cybersecurity training and all that stuff pretty soon. So if I don't get more organized, I'm gonna confuse my schedules. So that's why I'm starting to get a bit more organized, and hopefully you guys are cool with that. Okay. I'm starting to think that maybe my comments were backed up, because I'm seeing something that looked like it should have been questions for Della, but I didn't see them on the live until now. Like I'm just now starting seeing questions about, looks like kids. Let's see. I'm not sure. Okay. I see some people saying it's a good interview. Good. I'm glad you guys found some value in it. It's always better though when you all ask questions as well, because there's, you know, I ask questions that's either relevant to me or relevant to something that I need to know for someone else. And so there might be questions that are really specific to you that I don't think to ask. So when you guys are on these lives and I'm interviewing somebody, please ask questions and I'll try to go through them as quickly as I can to answer those questions. Okay, I do want to say about, and I'm going to go down here in a second. I do want to say something about how Ghana works, and not just Ghana, but developing countries, in particular in Africa. When governments change over, I mean, you guys probably heard this before, but I think it's important to reiterate this, especially now that I'm sitting here in Ghana. I live here, I'm here every day. I see what's happening right now while we're going through election season here in Ghana. And the election season here correlates identical to the US for the presidential election. And I say that because here in Ghana, when governments change over, everything that you have in the works can either stop or all of a sudden not allowed to move forward. So if you thought you were buying land for a certain price from a certain person and he's part of the losing party, all of a sudden that deal stops. When you think you have a contract, or you know, you have a contract to work on this, or like you have a contract to work on these particular roads in this particular area, and the contract is for this many years and pays this amount of money. As soon as the government changes over, if the old one doesn't stay, all that stops. So for me, when it comes to working with folks in the BlackUnicorn Academy and the things that we will do moving forward, we will talk about investments, but we won't even make any moves to do any type of investment until after we find out who's going to be the ruling party. And I have to say that way because it's just, y'all, this dynamic is something else. It's so different. It's nothing like you are used to seeing like in the West at all. It's just not. Even the UK and the US are very different governmental wise, but also really, really similar. So, but this, yes, this is a democracy, but how things change hands just because the government changes is extraordinary. So I think you guys need to keep that in mind as you're thinking of making purchases or investing in things or doing anything with large amounts of money. Be mindful of that. You might want to wait on large purchases like that. Not even purchases, but large investments until after the election, which happens in, I believe it's December. I forget the date because I get it confused with the US. It's either they vote in November or December, but they definitely know who the president is by December for sure. Okay, so. Oh, yay! Lizzie, Biddy, and Latoya got to meet up. I love how people connect like that. I was telling Evan, I was like, 2 of the ladies in the academy are both right there in Dubai in the same city and everything. And y'all connected. I love it. See, this is why y'all need to join the BlackUnicorn Academy. Y'all could be making these kind of connections with like-minded people who are ready to come to the continent and make it do what it do. I'm just saying. Fantastic. And if you don't know what BlackUnicorn Academy is, just go to the website, theblackunicorn.org that you see on the screen right there, and look at BlackUnicorn Academy. And I created that for people who want to repatriate to Africa and either want to find out more information, be part of a community, and just learn about living, building, investing, and just moving to Africa, in particular to Ghana. All right, this little girl. Okay, let me see. I'm sorry, I'm trying to read through the comments. When are you starting your online academy and how to join? I think I must have answered that question just now because I didn't see your question until after I said it, but just go to theblackunicorn.org. Look on the navigation at the top of the page for BlackUnicorn Academy and you'll find all the information right there. Guys, please like if you're inside this chat. I would appreciate that. Africa just reminded me to tell everybody like. Thank you very much. Guys, please like it. Thank you. Okay. I'm looking forward to the Freeland video. I love stuff. Bruh, I already know. I'm about to just, everybody about to be mad at me all the way around. Like, it's just all the way around. You thought my fuckery video was something. No. It's not that bad. Well, you know, you know what? Hey, I'm speaking truth, period. So, yeah, it's going to be fun. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. You start dressing like a Ghanaian now, look nice and beautiful. First of all, let me tell you something, boo. I always had my African gear. I didn't need to come to Ghana to get my African gear, baby, because I already had it. Hair been wrapped since 1999. No, but the beautiful fabrics here in Ghana and the styles that they make, woo, baby, absolutely amazing. I've been told y'all I'm African. Y'all better recognize that. Just stop playing these games like you ain't know. You're gonna learn today. Okay. Yeah, I'm not aware of that either. So there's that. Okay. Oh, don't worry, Ashanti Queen. She only had a short amount of time and she had already told me that, but I wanted to really kind of get her on just to get people to get a vibe for who she is for those who don't know, so they can start following her channel and learn about what her and her husband are doing, because I know Kwame was your contractor. So it would be good for people to get a chance to really know who she is, who he is, and what they're doing, because he is not coming on YouTube. He made that very clear, but that's okay, because I'm a plug them anyway. Because when one of us win, we all win, right? Thank you so much, Forever Homes, for my super chat. I appreciate that. Thank you. Okay, so y'all know I be having on glasses, so I got to get in close what I'm trying to read. Thank you, Jackie, for the interview. Also, Jackie, I hope you got my email. I responded to yours. Okay. Do you also help people that need a place, a house to stay when visiting for 3 to 4 weeks? Yes, that's a short-term stay, and yeah, we can help you with that. You just need to reach out with the email, and then I'll tell you how it works. But yeah, we can help with that. Not a problem. Let's see. Okay. I'm really looking forward to the next installment in the Ratchet Rental series. Mr. Hunt, you trying to make me act up. Oh, yeah. You know, I'm just saying, I think people like that video, and I didn't even mean for people to like that video. I was just venting that day. Thanks for everything. We appreciate all the efforts. Thank you. I appreciate that. Are you doing tech services for companies in Ghana? Yes, but Ghanaian companies are so far behind my level of technology that sometimes it's hard for me because I have to dial back a bit and try to remember what things were like many years ago. And so the adaptation is tough. It's tough all the way around. But most of my clients are abroad in Europe. So, but yes, there is 1 or 2 here. It's just, whew. This is why I'm going to start providing training online to try to maybe help people get their skills up, because it's just, there's a lot more that needs to be done. So, yeah. You saw that too, right? Yeah, okay. All right. Yeah, guys, I mean, is there anything you guys want to talk about? Because my main purpose and goal today was really just to bring on Natural Ghana Girl to get her insights in their building process, and really to have someone with children to be able to talk about making that transition from the UK back to Ghana. And it's nice to have a Ghanaian diaspora and be able to talk about it, because sometimes you don't really get to see that. So I like that variation that we have with the different people that are able to come on to my channel. So hopefully we'll have more of that. We'll see. But it looks like I answered all the questions that were here. Obviously, y'all who are joining me are definitely my diehards. So, you know, thank you. Y'all my ride or die. Y'all my people showing me love. Thank you so much. Guys, everybody in here, please hit the like button. It's just like real quick, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you can just click it, like boom, like smash it, like whatever you want to call it, just hit it. So y'all can like this video when it goes live. Alma, like what's wrong with you, girl? Like, what's wrong? Well, girl, you in the mood, okay? Are we sinking? You know what I mean? Are we sinking today? Are our little lady bit sinking? Because, you know, I think you might be, you know, your flow must be going and it got you all kind of emotional and like morbid. Girl, I'll say something to you in a minute. Let me try not to do that. Okay. Your behavior is so direct. I love it. Stick to the facts. I do stick to the facts, you know. But it is what it is. I am not for everybody. I already know it. I already know it. December 7th, but Ghana has changed governments severally and nothing came into a standstill. Okay, sweetie. Nothing that you know may have not have came to the standstill because the level that you're at. But depending on the type of deals that you do, the companies that you work with and how things work when you're talking about large dollar amounts, not only does it change, it comes to a complete stop. But you don't have to take my word for it. You know, just level up. Okay. All right. Okay, how soon will we be able to sign up for the tech training? And there's a good chance to utilize that knowledge here in Ghana. Okay, so this tech training is specifically for cybersecurity. I haven't decided if I'm going to make this a training that is starting from the basics and building up, or if I'm going from mid-range to expert. I'm still working through that. I think I am going to have to start at the basics. But this training that I'm working on, I am literally working on that. Like I split my time for days. Half the day I'm working on the training that I'm doing for Reg Theory. The other half I'm working on it for the BlackUnicorn Academy. And then I'm posting, working on content for YouTube too. So I would say the training is going to be up mid-August to early September at the earliest, because not only do I have to create the training, I have to test it, and then I have to make sure all the technical portions are in place for Reg Theory. But it'll be a similar platform like BlackUnicorn Academy, that similar setup like that, except for when it comes to the technical training where you're actually using technical pieces of software, and I'm doing live trainings where I'm showing you how to do, like, let's say coding or something. You're able to see that, know exactly what software I'm using so you can emulate it and then set it up on your system and be able to complete that training as well. That takes a lot more time than something like BlackUnicorn Academy. So that's what I'm working on. And I will let you guys know because, you know, y'all be supporting the sister and I appreciate that. Okay, so let me see. And then I'm about to get off, guys. Okay, it looks like everything. Okay, so right. So Monza said, I know how training and creating training goes. It's a lot of work. It is a lot of work. It definitely is a lot of work because at the end of the day, you have to remember you're teaching people to do something that you already know. So you have to do it in a way that they can learn it. It makes sense to them and it's engaging. It can't just be training that's like super boring. It has to be something to keep people's attention, especially technology training. So definitely no joke, but I'm on that grind, y'all. I told y'all, you gotta be on that grind. You gotta be on that hustle. You gotta be relentless when you come to Africa. I mean, you should be that way regardless, but you really gotta be that way to come here to make anything successful and make anything work. But I'm also putting a lot more effort into my YouTube channel to grow the channel by doing, I guess, what they call best practices with how you like label your videos and how you add your tags and all this different stuff that you have to do to grow your channel so that the YouTube algorithm picks it up. So I'm hustling that way, because at the end of the day, guys, you all should have a YouTube channel, especially if you plan on coming out to Africa, because YouTube is an extraordinary marketing tool. If you never really thought about it, think of Google. Who do you go to when you do all your searches? Google. Who owns YouTube? Google. So that same search engine, essentially, that's running that Google search engine is running YouTube. So you're talking millions upon millions of people around the world are on YouTube. So it's a great marketing. I'm just saying, you know. Anyway, those of you in the academy will learn more about this later. but that's a freebie that you all get. Okay. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining. It's been 45 minutes. The only real thing I wanted to talk about was being able to have someone who is right here in Ghana, who is building, moved, went through the process. You guys were able to hear all that. I appreciate that. I did a little rambling, but as you guys see me post videos and put stuff out there, please comment. I will be commenting back. It will take me a little while, because I typically do comments on like the weekends when I can sit and read through all of them and start commenting. So you're going to see comments from me today. So if they start popping up, you be like, damn, she just now getting to them comments. Yes. Don't hate me. And if you email me, I'm going to follow up with you. It might take me a week, but I will follow up with you. I follow up to all emails I receive. So guys, what is this? Hi, Queen. I wanted to know if you brought an international cell phone when you moved to Ghana, or did you keep the one you had in Germany? Hope this is not a stupid question. Thanks for the info. Of course it's not a stupid question. What you talking about, girl? Please, that is not stupid at all. What I did, though, before I even moved out of the States, I bought an unlocked phone, and I brought an unlocked international phone right off of Amazon. Yeah, I bought a Galaxy right off of Amazon. Is it a Galaxy? I don't know, some kind of Samsung phone. And I brought it right off of Amazon. I just need to make sure it was unlocked international phone, because then I know it would work almost anywhere in the world. I just needed to have a SIM card, and every system has a SIM card. Only the American cell phone systems run on a different network, and I keep forgetting what it's called. But it's they're the only ones that are as complicated as they are. But I have no problems with the phone at all from the one I brought on Amazon when I was still in the States. So the whole, you know, I guess that's what you mean by an international cell phone. Yeah, because you can use it anywhere, including in the States. Just change out the SIM card, you're good to go. Okay. Anybody else, if you have questions you want to ask me, you can email me. If you try to email me a whole like dissertation, I'm only going to answer the first question you ask. So just letting you know. So you need to be respectful of my time. And if it's something more that you want, then you need to schedule a consultation. But I am open to being responsive to answer emails, especially for people who want to come here and never been to Africa and are hesitant, have hesitation, or nervous, because I can understand those feelings, and I want to help you understand that Africa is a wonderful place to live and to be. It's just different. And, you know, what's wrong with being different? Nothing. All right, guys, thank you. Have a beautiful Sunday. I hope you guys have a lovely week. Talk to you all soon, and goodbye.